Class of 83 is a 2020 Bollywood crime drama thriller film directed by Atul Sabharwal and stars Bobby Deol, Anup Soni, Joy Sengupta, and Vishwadhi Pradhan among others. The movie is based off the book The Class of 83 by Hussain Zaidi. I have not read the book, so this is strictly basing it off of the movie, and I'm gonna keep this review short because so that I can work on the Hate Story franchise later. I just want to end that thing as soon as possible, and there's going to be a few releases that will be missing in September. I am going to review V, but there might be some September releases that you probably might not see. I am going to review Sadak, but again, if you have seen my last video, September last week or October first week, because I don't really care for that, and I am aware it is now the lowest rated one, but I don't believe that rating at all. So, coming to this movie, I found the movie to be very mediocre. I found the movie as very average looking. I mean, don't get me wrong, the look of the movie is really good, but it didn't really move me as what I thought it would. The best part of the movie is that Bobby Deol is in his element. His acting is really the drive that pushes this movie to where it needs to be. Without him, the movie will just be stagnant. That's the best word I can use right now. He does a serious kind of role in this film, and he's usually very good with roles like this. If you've seen him in his 90s or movies like that, he was very good as that angry young man. I kind of missed that Bobby Deol, and after he took a hiatus from acting for a while, he chose to make comebacks that are just him basically making a fool out of himself. This was actually a really good, this would have been a really good start for him, as this is his best performance after his break, and he is a really capable actor, so I don't know why he wanted to make a fool of himself with the Houseful and the Race franchise. And I kind of like the way he acts in this film. He's very serious. He has a very stone face, like how Siddharth Malhotra acts in his movies, and he performs with such conviction that I can actually believe that he's this guy who had gone through this torture and is now left out of the game and is given this post as punishment. You kind of really delve into his character, and even some of the supporting cast as well. You kind of see what they're going through. Even the police training and everything seems very authentic. The biggest highlight for me in the movie was how they designed the sets. The movie is supposed to take place in the 80s. Like in the movie, according to the flashback shown, it starts from 81 and ends at 83 or 87 or something like that. The movie really carefully takes us back to the 80s, and you really feel like you are there. And this is beyond my time. I was born in the 90s, in the late 90s. I was 4 years away from 21st century, that close. So I wouldn't know what it was like. And watching movies like this really makes me wish, like, I kind of wish I was living in that time when movies actually had this kind of, you know, zest to it, some entertainment. Even the most mediocre ones usually gives you somewhat of an entertainment when you walk out. Even though the movie does remind me of the 80s, the execution of the movie was very much poor. They could have done a lot with this, and the movie is marketed as a drama thriller. There's a whole lot of drama with very less thrill. I found myself less surprised and more about how long is this going to take. The movie is very short. In India, it's very rare to see a movie that's an hour and a half. I kind of was glad that the movie is actually short, but by the time you come out of the movie, it makes you feel like you just watched a 2-hour flick, when in actuality you just been there for only an hour and a half. So the movie was actually kind of boring in certain parts, not the whole way. In certain parts it was very boring because you kind of knew what was going to happen. It's the most basic thing you can come up with, and it does happen in the movie. Towards the end of the film, I don't really see why he says certain stuff. Even some of the most normal dialogues that people usually say, when it was uttered in the movie, it felt very basic. Like you could have used some more finishing touches with the dialogues, I felt. And thus there wasn't any songs. Probably that's why it was an hour and a half. I like the introduction of Bobby Deol though. That was I loved that action scene it wasn't very much like a fight scene, but it's a very short few second action scene that gives us the introduction of Bobby Deol. Him with this rock hard bod and this stone face. I love that introduction, and I hope he does more movies like this. It's just that he should choose one with a script that's a bit more strong. It's not like the script was weak. It just like it didn't have the, I don't know, it didn't have substance, I can say, that drew me in. It didn't have that immersive experience that I want from a movie. So because of all that, I'm giving the Class of 83 a 5 out of 10. This is an average movie. I honestly expected a lot more from a movie like this, and I wasn't even expecting that much. But from what I expected, there was elements of entertainment in there, but you can find the movie on Netflix and just watch it for yourself. It's only an hour and a half, so you'll come out of it fine. And that's all for my review of Class of 83. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I wanted to keep the review short. If you like this video, please hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon too, so that you'll be notified of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, which will be Hate Story 2. Bye.